And all the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and my dear students, a very good afternoon to all of you. It is a great honor and privilege to introduce Dr. Madhavi Latha Kompelli garu. Madhavi Latha madam is a great orator, artist, philanthropist, entrepreneur, mother, wife, and a woman with a mission to usher peace and prosperity in the country. Her early education, her complete schooling is at Hyderabad. Her bachelor's in public administration from Nizam's College and postgraduate in political science from Osmania University. A fiery student leader, she was a nominated member of NCC, participated in Republic Day Parade in New Delhi. As an artist, Madhavi Latha madam has given over 100 performances as a Bharatanatyam dancer, both solo and a part of ballet.
Can we do one thing?
Yeah, ma'am.
No, that was very wrong.
Yeah.
That's absolutely not important. If you want, what we will do is that
Yes.
eventually you just send it to their WhatsApp. Whoever is interested, they will study.
Oh.
It's pretty boring for me also.
No, with few words I will complete. Only
No,
few sentences.
it will stop
At
at
least they should get inspiration.
What is inspiration?
Few lines.
I'll tell you what is inspiration. Inspiration is not being forced onto somebody. Inspiration is that whether they will open that WhatsApp and will read by themselves. That's a challenge, whether I can be inspirational to them. After my speech, that would you bother to even open that particular file in a WhatsApp and you want to know who I am?
Yes.
Can I have that test from you all?
Yes.
Not louder.
Yes.
So we welcome you, madam. Wholeheartedly welcome.
I often get bored, I also have crossed all your age. The most boring is, you make to sit there and have a table here and you have to listen to it. You're locked in a room. Imagine how difficult it is and you can't even run away. Your windows have grills there and you have no choice. What does this remind me? It reminds me when I travel. I prefer to talk in English today specifically because we have both Muslim girls and Hindu girls, so it would be injustice if I talk in Telugu. Or I have to keep on shuffling between Hindi and Telugu. That becomes a little difficult. Either of you would lose some portion of it and I'm talking. Are all girls comfortable understanding English?
Yeah.
And if I am pretty fast, you need to raise your hand and say to slow down. Because I am always very active and maybe a little faster than what normal world goes on. When I look at all of you, I just remember my children. When they are in the car and we are traveling, none of us can get out of the car, yes? That is when my kids can hold of me and trouble me for whatever they want. It's such a smart and a wonderful time for them. The car is moving, doors are locked. You are in the midst of the traffic, I can't get out of the car. That is then they'll catch hold of and give me all that, the wise morals that they have to give me. My kids give me back. So I'm used to this. So I initially pity that you're all locked in a room. But I'll try all my best that you definitely convert this moment into an interesting moment. The reason why I didn't want them to talk much about me is today, but for the videos that have come out, nobody knows who I am. That's a fact. But then you all may question that how in such a short period I really become whatever I have become. You all have to know that when the fruit becomes ripened, it takes a long process called from the seed. You all understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
No fruit comes overnight. But when the fruit really comes to the stage of a ripened state, it doesn't take a minute for it to fall into your hand. That is what probably I've done all these years. And it just took 2 months to fall into your hand as a ripened fruit. That is who I am today, is what I feel. But all of us have to understand that many a times, having taken birth as a girl, a teenager, a young lady, a woman, and today a really grown-up mother, it makes many of you to think for a minute that why did I take a birth like a girl? Often a girl or a woman undergoes this one statement, definitely once in the lifetime, that why did I take birth like a woman or a girl? It would have been very nice if it would have been a boy or a man. And it is no big deal that why you have this. How many of you can raise your hands confidently saying that even for a minute at least till date I thought that I should have become a boy? Can you, yes, be truthful to yourself. Be truthful to yourself. That even once you would have felt, वाह, का निमिषम अब्बाई अंडे बाउंड, अरे लड़का होता कितना अच्छा होता था. आराम से उठाओ उठाओ उठाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, ये भी बंदी नहीं. Please be truthful to yourself once in life. You all have to know one thing. You all have to know one thing. I think it's better I stand and talk, right? This looks pretty comfortable to me. Conversation, then I take a chair and aram se I'll sit in and talk. All of us have to know one very important thing, that this particular one statement that we all question ourselves, जो हम अक्सर अपने आप से सवाल करते हैं, शायद मैं एक लड़का होता तो कितना अच्छा होता, నేను ఒక అబ్బాయి అంటే ఎంత బాగుండు. This is not India was 2000 years back. This is something you people have to know. 2000 साल पहले देश ऐसा नहीं था, ऐसा सवाल कभी नहीं था इस देश में. You all have to know one bitterest truth, that which has not been the culture of the rest of the world. That's the reason I often tell that an Indian girl doesn't require to be empowered, but everybody's life has a short period of a black day. The country also underwent a period of black day. Now, why this period of black day has been in this country? In this country, so-called Bharat that we say today, the woman or the girl who took birth on this land was on the highest position 2000 years back. And what was that position? आप अगर दुनिया में पूरा चांद भी मार लो, ऐसा कोई देश नहीं है जिस देश को स्त्री के नाम से बोला जाता है. सिर्फ इसी देश को भारत माँ बोला जाता है. ये आपने अक्सर सुना होगा. You would have heard this multiple times. Many times you would have felt also. देश का तो नाम रख लेते हैं भारत माता, लेकिन औरत को यहाँ पे कोई सी प्रकार का मर्यादा नहीं है. ये भारत जो नाम है, and the kind of atrocities that you are listening are not as old as the name Bharat to this country. Understand what I'm saying? ఎంత పాతవైతే స్త్రీ మీద బాధలు ఉన్నాయో అంతకన్నా చాలా పాతది ఈ దేశానికి భారతదేశం అని పెట్టిన పేరు. అంటే దాని అర్థం ఏంటి? What does that mean? That means that it is in very recent times that women started, not being respected in this country. This is not a very old culture of ours. A very old culture of ours has been always to respect women and give her a very, very, very big position in life. That's the reason, if we can go back, India has a very specific culture called Sanatana Dharma. This is very important for every girl to understand, irrespective of your religion. And what does the Sanatana Dharma say is that 2000 years back, or 2500 years back, also even till date, if you go back to 5000 years also, the way a woman used to get married, because it is from then on we all feel the respect of women has gone down. Even till today in your life you feel your father respects you, father loves you, but you feel your mother is not being respected in the home. You're all worried and scared. Kal ko shaadi hua to, will my husband respect me and love me the same way? Will the freedom be given to me the same way? Will my parents pick a husband to me like my mother picked that husband? The question is about, मैं इतनी पढ़ी लिखी होने के बावजूद भी क्या मेरा कदर और इज्जत करने वाला मेरा पति मिलेगा या नहीं? Today that's only question you people have in life. Which is the biggest question that is haunting you. Before my career could settle, will my parents force me to marriage? This is the biggest question raises in every teenage girl the moment she crosses the age of 16 or 17. That's the reason you are in search of a life partner. Or maybe you get excited to see any boy who comes forward to you to say that he likes you. Maybe you think that he likes or knows you more than anybody else. But this is not was the scenario. It is very important for us to understand what exactly was Indian culture. क्या था यहाँ का సభ్యత ఆ సంస్కృతి ఈ దేశంలో అన్నిటికన్నా చాలా ముఖ్యమైన వ్యవస్థనే పెళ్లి అనే ఒక వ్యవస్థ. What happened in this particular traditional system is when a girl was handed over to a man, see there has to be one process, either a girl has to go to the boy's house or the boy has to come to the girl's house. Yes? So there is no discrimination. We may say that why boy should not come. Okay, let us make it the other way. Then also it doesn't really matter. Whether a boy comes to the girl's house or a girl goes to boy's house. End of the day, what is the position of the woman is important. But you will have to know one thing. Boy gets more easily homesick than a girl. If you all know this. Boy becomes homesick more easily than a girl. That's the reason since years girls are given in a marriage, not boys are taken in a marriage. अगर लड़के को हम लेके जाकर शादी कर कर उसके ससुराल भिजाएंगे तो 5वां 6वां दिन में बंदा दिमाग खराब हो जाकर असेले में पड़ जाता. वो कहीं जाकर किसी से रिश्ता इतना आसानी से नहीं बना सकता. वो लड़की ही मात्र जो एक नया रिश्ता बनाकर हंसते हंसते कूदते कूदते आगे निकल सकती है. उसका एक परिवार बना सकती है, नया जगह को भी अपना सकती है. ఒక కొత్త ప్రదేశాన్ని కూడా తనదంటూ తన దగ్గరికి తీసుకోగలిగినదే స్త్రీ. ఎందుకు అంటే she has so much of capabilities in her. She is extremely capable. It is because she has two boons with her. One, she'll express immediately, she'll forget immediately. Clap for that. She doesn't even think for a minute. She's straightforward. Anything comes to her mind, she doesn't like to keep it to herself. She becomes disturbed if she wants to keep it to herself. She wants to instantly tell, this is who I am. She wants to be truthful. What is most important is to understand that such highly capable women can only steer. Such highly capable woman can only train. Such highly capable woman can put man to a successful path. That was the capability. It's a very small room, so I would rather get disturbed or distracted.
Why don't you all sit? Why?
No, you please let me know what's the reason. That is not helping me. Is it helping you?
I just want you to talk.
That's what I'm saying. It's not helping me. देखिए मुझे सुनिए. It all happens. It just doesn't really matter because you're all children for me. So we all have to understand why marriage is a very beautiful institution in this country is. This country as a traditional homeland has no concept called divorce. You all have to know that this country, Hindu Dharam, Sanatana Dharam, never had a concept called divorce. Why? Why it didn't have the concept called divorce? Because the day the girl is given here to a man, thousands of years back, as per the Vedas, 3 things were told. Number 1, importance of women in the life of a man. They say that, oh woman, when you cook food to your husband, you become his mother. When you cook food to your husband, you become a mother. Why do you say this? शायद आप सुने होंगे मेरे अंदर विने ఉంటారు maybe you all heard the man in the house, because you're all young girls, small girls, you would only heard your father would have said this multiple times, that a particular dish when he sits on the dining table he says that my mother at times prepares better than this. कितने लोग सुना ये बात? मेरी अम्मी इससे अच्छा बनाती थी, మా అమ్మ ఇంతకన్నా చాలా బాగా చేసేది. It is not that your father wants to taunt your mother. It is that when a mother cooks food, the taste would be equal to what wife cooks. But the way mother serves the son is very different from a wife serving husband. That's the reason they say that, oh wife, oh lady, when you are serving your husband, become his mother. Now why? Why should a wife become a mother? Because you only want to let out yourself to a mother. You can't let out to a wife. Only when a wife can become a mother, you can let out yourself to a wife. So it's very important to know. That's the place a woman has to take up in a married life. She has to become a mother. And a mother only becomes a mother during giving food. That's the reason they say, Bhojeshu Mata, when you give food, please be a mother. So that the man relaxes and gets the confidence, oh, she's like my mother. I can talk to a mother. I can let out myself to a mother. Then they say, Karyeshu Dasi. Many people think here Dasi means a slave. If they say that when you work like a slave. Now many of the feminist groups, they say that, what the hell is woman is a bloody slave? If you have to question this, how many of us are not really taking work out of our own mothers like slaves? Is our mother not working for us like a slave? Yes, no? Yes. Louder. Yes, ma'am. Do we not have to accept to ourselves that the way mother works for us, she works like a slave? Yes, no? But why do we not feel she's a slave for us? Why is that only on this particular line, women empowerment? So-called feminist groups say that how can she be a slave to husband? It is not being a slave to husband. It means that woman has to dedicatedly work for her husband. That means if a husband is not taken care, the way she takes care of her children, the husband would not ever understand how dedicatedly she's shelling down herself for him. Because she works like a slave for us as a mother, we have the feeling for her tears. That is the bond of life. If all of you know, even the worker in our house gets hurt, unknowingly we get hurt. We feel very bad. That means it is working sincerely, dedicatedly. Why are bureaucrats called public servants? If that is such a bad word. That is how they are supposed to work dedicatedly. If you go a little more further, she's also been said that Sayaneshu Rambha. That means when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, she's always like an angel, like an apsarasa for her husband. That means she's ever young. She is ever and ever young. She has to look in the sense, not that she has to dress up herself like any heroine. No. The love, the dedication, to show interest in her own self is very important, that she turns herself as a very interesting lover for the husband. Why? It's because the nature of man is to be very volatile. Man is very volatile. Chanchanam. He gets easily dragged and attracted to various situations and circumstances. Until if a woman doesn't attract him, like a mother giving food, like a beautiful wife attracting towards romance, like that woman dedicatedly understanding his needs. If you have brother in the house, you will understand that often the girl, as she grows big, manages most of her work without mother's help. But if you can see, if there are brothers in the house, even till today, if mother doesn't help him, he doesn't know how to even take anything of his pick and go. If the mother doesn't keep his kerchief, his bag or anything ready, something, every day they will forget and go out. That is how they are. Because they're constantly worried how to manage the outside world. And they do not know how to organize the house. That's the reason woman has to help him to organize the house. The next position that they give her is, she has to be an advisor, like a minister. This is a very important role that she has to understand. That while these three roles have been given, she is trusted as the most intellectual person. She is trusted as the most intellectual gender. And it has been very clearly told that, oh man, whenever you are confused, whenever you think that financial management is beyond your ability, whenever you think time management is beyond your ability, whenever you think that at this minute you are not able to think and have to take a decision, that is exactly when your wife can become your minister. She is the only person in your life who is first and most intellectual person to advise you on the most toughest moments of your life. It is only the Bharatiya Sanskriti which has put women there. And all of you have to know there are two more lines in Veda, Rig Veda, which tells that such princess who gets married, who is called the mistress of the house from today, who is called the mistress, the empress Maharagni, the empress of the house from today. Such a woman who dedicates her life to make her husband the emperor in his life. Unki zindagi ka shehzada. So she is trying to make her husband the highest man in his life, whatever endeavors he is going to take it forward into this world. Such queen or empress has to be treated as empress by mother-in-law. This is there in Rig Veda. Such daughter-in-law, such woman from today onwards shall be addressed as empress. In a bahu, whoever is coming, kotta kodal evaraithe inti kostunnaro, she is addressed as Maharagni, and such lady has to be taken care like a Maharagni, like an empress by father-in-law, mother-in-law, daughter, sister-in-law, and sister-in-law's husband. See the Vedas, how smart they were, they knew then itself. And this was written 6,000 years ago. Now you tell me, is there any other scripture in this world which has told so clearly, specifically, that the woman once gets married is a darling of that house? This happened only here in Bharat. But what happened to that woman? Then why is this woman being haunted today like this? When such culture existed in Bharat, woman was bindas the way she was working. It's only in this country, if you can pick it up and see, she sits besides the king in this country. That's the simple glimpse of it we have, that Sita Maya sits besides Ramachandra, because without Sita Maya, Ramachandra can never be the king of this country. When he was given the throne and made the king, he was only made with his wife. So the wife also rules this country along with the husband. That's the culture of this country. So the woman in this country was very active, very intelligent, very smart, knew everything. And she knew the archery. She knew all Yuddha Kaushalya, means all weapons, art of war she knew. She knew economics. She knew philosophy. She knew everything. Such country was this land. That's the reason it was called Golden Bird. That golden bird pe nazar aa gaya. The whole world had eye on this golden bird. Not because of the man of this country, because of the women of this country. Please give an applause for them. Just because of the women of this country was called Golden Bird. Now, as beautiful as a rosy is very attractive, so was the woman of this country very attractive. Because she was beautiful not by skin, she was beautiful skin deep. Because we don't have any whitish colors on this in Bharat. We're all whitish color people. But still we are very beautiful. Why? Because we enjoyed freedom here. We enjoyed knowledge here. We excelled giving birth to great legends on this land. We were prayed here. We were looked upon as a role model. That's the reason I would 10,000 times say Sita Rama. Girija Kalyanam. It's always, the woman is addressed first here. That's the beauty of the women here. There were phenomenal conquers that has happened on this land. And in every conquer, there were only two things that they were interested in. Women of this land, the first thing. And the second thing was the wealth of this land. Where the woman is respected, that land will always flourish with wealth. So we had extreme wealth here. If you can just go back, even the Golconda diamond has been taken away only from this land. Even the peacock throne was made on this land. Today, whatever artifacts you have in other countries, the valuable ones are all made out of this land. You will be surprised. I don't want to take the king's names. There was a king from this country who bought Rolls Royce. So he was questioned. Then he got irritated. He converted Rolls Royce. He bought so many Rolls Royce and he converted it as a garbage collections vehicle. That's the pride of this country. That rich were the kings of this country. I don't think anybody can have that guts to do across the world to convert Rolls Royce as a vehicle to collect the garbage. And what happened to this country is because of the constant conquers, the man of this land was so worried how to take care of this woman. अगर कोई आपको घर आ जाए, आपके लड़की के ऊपर नजर डाले, तो सबसे पहला प्रथम काम क्या करते हैं उस घर के मर्द या पुरुष? लड़की को बचाना, अपना घर का औरत को बचाना, वही तो करेंगे ना? That is what has happened to this land. That's the reason the girls, the daughters, the wives, the women of this land was constantly being protected. They engaged the man of this country to only protect the women. They kept them engaged. Once the woman started getting into her house between the four walls, the man didn't know how to work. The man didn't know how to survive. The man has lost his entertainment. The biggest support, not an issue, the biggest support that the man enjoyed on this earth, in this Bharat Bhumi, lost. So from here, he didn't know how to think. He became irritated. The most soft and silent man became agitated man. If you can see even till today, if your how many of your mothers are working? Any work doesn't really matter. If you see the face of your mother when she comes back from the office, you still see a smile on her face. But if you see father coming back from the office, he comes irritated home. Yes? Because the whole genetic order was the woman used to assist him in his work. It's been years. Still he feels he's dependent on women. It's very, very important we understand the pulse. That's the reason till today, the father character in your lives are supporting you. But the husband character is still feeling insecure. What is then important? It's important that we need to have a kind of settlement. Women should never come to a rage. That means women should never be aggravated. You should never be an extra overpulsive state. అంటే ఏంటి? స్త్రీ ఎప్పుడు ఆవేశంతో, అహంకారంతో, కోపంతో, ద్వేషంతో ఉండకూడదు. ఎందుకు అంటే she has the ability to calm down things. If she herself is aggravated, who is going to calm down the system? Who is going to calm down the system? She is a teacher to the family. If she herself withdraws her role to be a teacher, who will teach the family? If she herself doesn't take the role teaching her brothers, if she herself doesn't want to teach her son, now from where will we produce idealistic men? It is very important. All you girls have to take up the responsibility of again tuning back your siblings who are brothers. Because you all have to understand, a boy who is going out of your house would have been troubling one more girl out there. And you have to take control of that. Because the boy who is troubling you today is a son and brother of somebody else's house. जब तक आप अपने घर के बड़े या छोटे भाई से समझाएंगे नहीं, प्यार से ये नहीं कहेंगे कि जब वो बच्चा बाहर जाता है, आप और वो दोनों एक ही हैं. और ये सिर्फ एक बहन अपने भाई को समझा सकती है, एक माँ अपने बेटे को समझा सकती है. This is what as a movement we need to start on a Women's Day. Because what all we are urging for, क्या है हमारा तड़प? What is the problem today? That we are being utilized and we are not being recognized. By whom? By women or by men? Loudly. Men. And who are producing these men? Women. Who are upbringing these men? Who are living around this man? So whose responsibility is to introduce who a woman is to man? Do your duty, man. They will turn up to be loyal to you. Solution is so small. Then why do we have to blame men? No, is it right or wrong? Yes? जरा जोर से. इसका मतलब क्या है? चाबी अपने हाथ में है और हम भूल गए चाबी हाथ में है. चाबी के लिए ढूंढ रहे दुनिया पूरा, पर चाबी है यहाँ पर. We all have to be friendly. We all have to be friendly, emotionally attached to the boys of our house. जितने भी बहनें यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, प्लीज आपका ये जिम्मेदारी है कि आप आज से अपने भाई को सुधारने की प्रयत्न करो, कोशिश करो, ताकि कल की उनकी जिंदगी में कोई लड़की उनसे प्यार कर कर या शादी कर कर आएगी, उसका इज्जत वो करे. जब तक your brothers don't respect you, they will never respect anybody else on this earth. Because you're all young girls, I'm only telling you. If there are grown-up women, if you have sons, please kindly teach them. If you want true women empowerment, if you want the country really to move towards the best progress, please, it's you who have to change the country, not the man. Do you know why? Because man actually looks forward to get praises from women. Yes. I tell you the reason also why. It's man who wants to be recognized by a woman. Actually, it is not woman who wants to be recognized by a man. You are the hero. क्यों घर में हीरो नहीं बन सका तो बाहर जाके हीरो बने. Please let them be outside the compound wall of your life. So such a smart and a wonderful time for them. Knowingly, the car is unknowingly, doors are locked. If you make them part of your life, they will become more important to you than your mother, father, brothers and sisters in life. Please do understand. It's a slow poisoning in your life. They exactly know how to play around with your lives. And more so over. When you look at those mobile screen, the melatonin in you goes down. And you want to know what is melatonin? The hormone that is released to put you to sleep as per the biological clock. And when you do not sleep, you do not produce a serotonin. And what is the serotonin? That is a happy hormone. And when you're not sleeping and your happy hormone is going down, you see aggressive videos. The agitated personality in you grows up. And it is done very smartly. So-called the business groups who run these systems. So that they exactly know where to take you, in which direction to take you. It is like those zombie movies. कितने लोग zombie movies देखे हाथ उठाओ. हटो, जो नहीं देखे देखना की जरूरत नहीं है, मैं बता देती हूँ. It is no great movie. कि एक बंदा जो zombie बन जाता है, zombie माने a kind of a demon and a devil structure. वो जिसको काटता है वो सब zombie बन जाता है. गांव-गांव zombie बन जाता है. शहर-शहर zombie बन जाता है. ऐसा zombie ही है ये. आप में से कोई एक भी ज़ॉम्बी बन जाएंगे ना तो सबको ज़ॉम्बी बना सकते हैं आप में एक भी संभल जाओ तो आसान नहीं है सबको संभालना. So each one of you have to become smart, intelligent, calm, for which please try to understand. What can keep you calm is to be able to understand first your own parents. When you understand your own parents, when you come close to your parents, when you come close to your family members, only then you start becoming capable and achievable in this world. If today you are in search of a support, it is because you have lost and gone far away from a support called your parents. Second thing, understand, very important. Don't make quick relationships in life. All of you may be interested to have a boyfriend. I know that. It's very interesting to have a boyfriend. Because that's the age you all are in. But what is very important to you is, all of us have like one boyfriend. You also may want to eat Cadbury chocolate. This is no different from a boyfriend. You want to buy a very beautiful dress that is there in a shop, seeing through the glass. But what would you say to yourself? No. My father cannot afford this dress. My nana kodaledi dress. Let me earn money. When I earn money, I will buy that dress. Boyfriend is just like that. Please. That importance only a boyfriend has in your life. Because if to buy that dress, if it is not your capacity, how much you have to struggle and go out of your way to maintain one boyfriend, you have to go out of your way n multiples than that. झूठ बोलने का सबसे पहला काम से शुरू हो जाता है जिंदगी. If a person is coming in our life spoiling our character, do you think is that a good thing to happen in our lives? Now tell me, where is your bloody woman power empowerment going? You've already surrendered to that fellow. Yes? Your shan is your self-respect. Let it not put down in front of any bloody fellow. I'm telling you. A man should come searching for you, and you should have the ability to say him yes, no. What timble, bumble, jumble mein hota hai na? Right swipe, left swipe. You always be that queens and princesses to just say no, 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 no. Let the buggers die. Let them understand that they have to study. They have to stand up on their legs. They have to first be truthful to their mother and father. They have to be truthful to the brothers, to their sisters in their family. जो खुद का नहीं हो सका. The man who is not for his religion, the man who is not for his parents, the man who is not for his sisters, what that man will be for you, tell me? Till you don't know to respect your own self, nobody will come and respect you. Any girl who tells you to compromise or to get into love is your first enemy. Please understand that. I am so frank on this note. If you think a mother-in-law is an enemy to a daughter-in-law, if you think a sister-in-law is an enemy to the new bahu or the new daughter-in-law has come to the house, why can't one more friend be an enemy to you, who is a girl by herself? So be very careful. A man, mostly are very good friends to each other. But between the women, it's very difficult to know who is our good friend. If we are not successful today as a woman, it's not because of man, it's because of our own women. It is because of our own fraternity. So learn to be one and united. Please learn to be one and united. The day the woman fraternity becomes one, she doesn't require to be empowered. She empowers the world. Remember that. So would you want to be empowered or would you want to empower? Tell me now. Would you want to be empowered or would you want to empower? Empower means somebody to give you power. So would you want to be given power or would you want to give power? What is that you want? That's it. No energy more than this. Say loudly. Yes. You have to give power to others. For that, what is very important is stand up for yourself, respect yourself, study well. अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आता, कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा. आसमान टूट के नीचे नहीं गिर रहा है. Come to your teachers, kindly teachers, do help your little girls. Make a WhatsApp groups, do self studies. इकट्ठा बैठकर गपचप मारना नहीं, इकट्ठा बैठकर पढ़ाई करना चाहिए. Make education interesting. Go for sports. Go for self-defense classes. Strengthen your inner courage. Stand up for yourself. Which is very, 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 very important. What I told my daughters is what I'm telling you all. There's no difference between the both. What is very important is, please do spend at least 15 minutes in a day to sit and meditate the God you believe in. Modernization doesn't mean to forget God. Because God is that hormone pill. I'm telling you, God is not an unseen energy, just God is that pill which will instantly improve your serotonin, your happy hormone. Remember that. Be smart to use the philosophy of bhakti for your benefit. Learn that. You need to be protected. And for that protection, you need three things. You yourself, your parents and your well-wishers. 3, the God whom support you need to take. These three things are important. Whoever goes away from these three things, history has proved they're never successful. They're never successful. Jai Bolo Bharat Mata Ki. Thank you. I have seen really very happy that the entire credit goes to our principal ma'am. When as soon as, not that madam, principal madam. Why you know, when I got the information from these organizations, madam immediately, madam oka manchi empowered women తీసుకురమ్మంటున్నారు మేడం అంటే మేడం ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా సెకండ్ థాట్ లేకుండా చెప్పినటువంటి పేరు ఇది. విచ్ నేమ్? మీరంతా మేడం పేరు చెప్పాలండి. ఎస్ మేడం, రియల్లీ హ్యాట్స్ ఆఫ్ టు యూ. మిమ్మల్ని చూసిన తర్వాత మీ ఒక్కొక్క వర్డ్కి ఇంకా మా మైండ్ డీవియేషన్ తీసుకోవట్లేదండి. సచ్ ఏ వండర్ఫుల్ స్పీచ్ యూ హ్యావ్ గివెన్. జనరల్గా నేను అంత ఈజీగా ఒక చోట కూర్చునే టైప్ కాదు, మా పిల్లల టైపే నేను కూడా. కానీ అట్లాంటి నన్ను అందరినీ మీరు కట్టి పడేశారని చెప్పొచ్చు. సనాతన ధర్మ మీరు మాట్లాడుతున్నటువంటి ప్రతి వీడియోలో మా మేడం చాలా చెప్పారు మాకు. మా ప్రిన్సిపల్ మేము చెప్పాక కూడా మేము చూసాం వీడియోస్. వండర్ఫుల్ స్పీచ్ మేడం. You are the role model for the entire world, I can say. Not only India, not only India. Thank you. Thanks for giving your wonderful time. Now I would like to call upon our organizers. One minute you please speak. Suresh sir. Suresh. ఒక్క నిమిషం. Suresh sir, please.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. So after madam's speech, if I speak, the energy will goes down. So I won't take much time. Okay. So happy Women's Day, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
So ma'am, all over India, we work for women empowerment. We have.
So clap for them.
So. We used to conduct many programs in this college also. We have organized a good job, a mela, especially for women. So we used to conduct so many programs, so many guests will come and they'll speak, but this is one of the best program I have attended. But along with these girls, we also learned so many things. It is learning for us also, not only for the girls. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that. Thank you, girls. Thank you very much.
On this occasion, I have a small gift for all of you, which I just went out of mind to tell. The moment you finish your graduation, I would rather say, if you're interested in your further studies, good. But don't go into the jobs. Come to me. We will give you some very good training and start making you entrepreneurs. Either study further or come to me. Don't go for jobs. Each one of you have to stand up to empower 10-15 more women. The moment you start empowering yourself, nothing requires to be given to you as a power. So don't be dependent on any office to work under somebody. Let people come to work under you people. Got it? And a request, please do execute your vote right. Unless until women would not come out to execute her right to vote, we can never bring justice into the system. Thank you. Definitely, they'll use their vote in a proper way, and they are going to choose the right person, ma'am, like you. Thank you, ma'am. And one more organization, whatever madam said no just now, madam is going to give entrepreneur choice. Same thing from 2 years onwards we are experiencing with these three men. Really we should give very good clap for them. Next I would like to call upon Amarendra sir.
I want to take more than 1 minute. I know we are waiting for God. We are waiting for God. Thanks for this opportunity. Yes. I am not getting words. పక్కగా దేవత ఉన్నట్టుంది, దేవత చూస్తే అట్లనే ఉంది. And now I am getting goosebumps. ఎందుకంటే పక్కన దేవత ఉంది, ఏం మాట్లాడలేదు. ఒకసారి చూడండి మ్యామ్, చూడండి మాధవలత మ్యామ్ని, లైక్ ఏ గాడ్యస్, బికాస్ షీ ఈజ్ ఇన్స్పైర్ అస్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ మీ, యూ ఆల్సో, బికాస్ షీ ఈజ్ ఏ గుడ్ ఎంటర్ప్రైనర్, షీ ఈజ్ ఏ గుడ్ స్పీకర్, గుడ్ డాన్సర్ and good teacher also. He is a multiple talent girl. She is a multiple talent woman. And multiple ఎవరికి ఉంటుంది, ఓన్లీ దేవతలకు మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. దేవత పక్కన ఏం మాట్లాడుతుంది, షీ ఈజ్ ఎ వెరీ ఇన్స్పైర్డ్ పర్సన్. నిజం చెప్తున్నాను, నాకు మాట